Hello everyone and welcome to my channel, Uncensored with Sevyn K. I am Sevyn K, a life, relationship, and manifestation coach, combining the teachings of all three to help you bring in the life, the love, and success you so much want, need, and desire. So hola, we are doing yet another juicy video today. Now before I get started, guys, I just wanted to thank you again to all the subscribers, returning subscribers and new subscribers, and of course all the new viewers that are listening to this video. I do want to remind you also to click on the notification bell and click on the word all, because if you click on customize, you may not receive notifications for all of my content as I upload it. So if you are listening to all my videos and they're helping you and guiding you and bringing you some peace, then definitely click on that bell so that you are able to be notified as soon as I upload any new content. All right, guys, so I do want to talk about a couple of things today, because it's obvious that when someone breaks up with us, there's no book, right? There's no specific guide that we can turn to that tells us what to do next and next and next. And oftentimes when we go into no contact and the ex finally reaches back out and starts to make all these proposals and offers and does all this crazy stuff, right? You feel lost. And a lot of us, or a lot of you, make decisions that sort of blow up in your face, because your guiding light is your emotions, right? And past experiences, and maybe what your friends and family are telling you to do, and what you're accustomed to doing, and the cycle of the in and out of the breakup. Many of you guys, have gotten into no contact several times with the same person, and have gotten back with the same person and broken up with the same person, right? So what this video is going to talk about is about 5 things that you must not do after the breakup and when the ex starts to come back. Because if you are truly interested in a romantic connection and you want to keep this romantic connection, you got to stay clear of a few things. And that's what I'm going to talk about in this video. So the first thing that you don't want to do after the ex starts to reach out or contact you is completely avoid the option to just be friends. Now, obviously, this video is for those of you that really want to reconcile. If you don't want to reconcile and you're perfectly fine with where you are in your life and moving on from this person or the relationship, then this video may not completely apply to you. So, the reason I say avoid friendship is because too often when people end a relationship, what they're voicing to you and explaining to you and sharing with you is that the components, the facets, everything that comes with, this connection between you and them no longer suits them, and anything that's attached to the connection no longer is appealing to them. And it doesn't matter the breakup reason. My point is that they sever everything that they were offering you: affection, attention, regular calls, regular texting, sexual intimacy, emotional support, compliments, all of that is part of a romantic relationship is completely severed when a person ends a relationship. And not just for you, but for them as well, right? Both of you guys have been placed in a situation where you want it from them, but they won't give it to you, and you want to give it to them, but they don't want it from you. And that's all because of a breakup. And so when a person breaks up with you and you go in no contact and you're moving about your life and they finally reach out and offer you friendship, what they're really asking for is emotional support through the breakup. And that is the absolute worst offer you can get, because if you want a romantic connection, to accept friendship means that now you get to give this person your time. You get to give them emotional support. In other words, you're helping them heal. You're consoling them through the breakup, through whatever they're going through in their life. It can be job related, family related, financial related. It can be about other things as well outside of the breakup. And so you're kind of being the person that they need you to be without offering you the romantic connection and the commitment. And so by giving them that option and accepting it, not only are you demoting yourself, No different than maybe a VP of a company is demoted back to a customer service rep and his salary is reduced back to what he started years ago when he first started the company, right? You're demoting yourself. So to accept friendship is a catastrophe. You must always treat your ex as one of two things. They're either going to be basically someone that you know because they're not a stranger, kind of like an acquaintance, or they're going to be your romantic partner. And when you don't allow them to fit in any other space in between that, then they have to make a choice. They can either come back to you and start showing you romantic interest, or they get absolutely nothing. You're just civil, indifferent, cordial, respectful, but that is where the buck stops. So accepting a friendship when you want a romantic connection with someone that has left you and they're starting to reach back out pumps their brakes, because now they realize that there are no in-betweens. There's no gray shaded area. And you don't have to physically tell them, hey, it's either everything or nothing. You just have to show them with your actions, with your demeanor, with how you're actually accepting communication from them. And so when they're faced with, okay, this person is not going to accept a friendship and I am missing them and I do want them, then it's going to force their hand to be courageous, to tuck their tail between their legs and start advancing romantic gestures. And then and only then will it make sense for you to reconnect. And if they're not giving you that, then you must either go back in no contact or continue to treat them like someone that you know that's not a stranger, but someone that's not your friend. And those are people that we call associates or acquaintances. So number 2, another proposal that an ex will make to you as they start to reach out is similar to number 1, but there's an additional component, and that is friends with benefits. So this could be very tricky for a lot of people, especially the dumpy, because we want some sort of physical connection. We want some sort of intimacy, affection, attention. We want to remember what it feels like. And to be friends with benefits could be tricky, because essentially what your ex is proposing to you is that we get to share all of the affection and connection and friendship, meaning that I can text and call you and be consistent and we can have sex and we can hang out. However, because friends is the category you're still in, that is still the box that I put you in, that means that I'm free to see other people. That means that I don't owe you anything in particular. So if you are accepting a friends with benefits, then for a moment it will feel like you're back together. But then they will do things that will make you feel like they are not with you. So if they go 2 or 3 days or a week without talking to you, texting you, calling you, you can't say anything because you're just their friends with some benefits. Right? And so you have to be very careful. It's a very dangerous game to play, because once you accept it, then you must know how to play the game if you want to actually gain their interest and get them back as far as wrapped up into you. And so if you go into friends with benefits, which I absolutely recommend you do not, but if you choose to, you're an adult, no judgment here, then you must make sure not to prioritize them. You must make sure that you're not always available. You must also show that you are still open to other people. So in other words, mirror them. I do not recommend you going to a friends with benefits opportunity. But again, everyone here is an adult. And it is something that most exes will propose because they do miss you. They do still care about you. They still long for you. But they're still not sure if they want to offer a commitment. And so this seems to be sort of the best option in the way that they'll describe a good situation. And yes, you will interact emotionally, sexually, right? Physically, you will communicate by text and calls, and it would almost feel like you guys got back together. But that still gives them room to do otherwise. And if you find out that they're dating someone else or out on a few dates, or they can't, give you the time that you want for a particular amount of time, then they will always have the right to say, hey, we are not in a relationship. So you have to tread waters carefully. I recommend not to do friends with benefits. But again, if you choose to do that and accept that offer, then I would say to you, do not prioritize anyone that makes you an option. Keep your options open to date, to present yourself for opportunities, for other people that show interest in you. Don't be so available. And obviously, you got to be real with yourself. This is not a committed relationship. And so when they start to show signs that they're not in a relationship with you, you've got to maintain your composure and your emotional intelligence. Because if you're not able to handle being placed in that box of a friends with benefits, then I highly recommend just saying absolutely not. That's not something I'm interested in. Number 3, something that a lot of people accept after the breakup, once the ex starts coming back and communicating, is you are accepting being breadcrumb. Now, this is a fairly new term on social media, on YouTube, as it pertains to how people communicate after a breakup. Usually, it comes from the dumper. Dumpies are the ones longing for the communication because you cannot force anybody that left you to talk to you, text you, or call you. So a lot of times, exes temperature check. They want to see where you are with it. Is this person still standing still, waiting on me? Are they still wrapped up into me? Are they still agonizing over me? Because there is a sense of arrogance on the part of the dumper. Nothing bad. It's just that they left you, and so they feel like you're standing still waiting on them to return. That is not uncommon. It doesn't make them a bad person. It's just a psychological effect after a breakup for the dumper. And so breadcrumbing means that they are giving you the absolute bare minimum communication. You may wake up one day after being in no contact for a couple of days, weeks, months, maybe even years, and all you get is a WYD. What are you doing? You might get a hello stranger. You might get, hey, where is the place that we went out to eat 2 Christmases ago? This is breadcrumbing, ladies and gentlemen. There's no substance or validity or value to this communication. And what you want to consider is, am I even going to respond to this bullshit? Because this person is not saying anything. Now, the tricky part is that most dumpers are afraid of your reaction. I broke up with him or her. If I reach out to them, are they going to want to talk to me? Are they still angry? Are they still resenting me? Oh my God, are they dating someone else? And so oftentimes when we expect the traditional, I miss you, I want you back, I love you, we get some sort of weird message, and that's just their way of wanting to communicate and temperature check. So if you do decide to reply, maintain civility, indifference, and respect, and keep it light. But if it feels like it is a text message or a voicemail that has absolutely no substance, again, what are you doing? You just have to know how to reply. And in this case, something like, hello, how are you? I'm a little unsure of what you mean. What am I doing? It's been X amount of time since we've talked. Just a little confused. And this will actually force them to show you their agenda. So you just want to make sure that your response gets them to give you something significant. And if they go back into no contact after you've replied or after you've called, then you stay in no contact and continue your journey. And do not continue to accept breadcrumbing. So if they're giving you the bare minimum, then you must ignore them after the first reply. Because it doesn't make sense, ladies and gentlemen, to allow yourself that type of in and out and get absolutely no positive or real outcome as to a reconnection. And so avoid at all costs breadcrumbing. Number 4, you want to stay away from dealing with an ex that is dating or in a rebound relationship. Oftentimes, we want to compete with someone new that's in their life. And especially a rebound, because rebounds are painkillers for a dumper. And with that said, oftentimes they will start to resent the dumper because they're not you. And they'll start to reach out to you, and they might even start complaining about their rebound to you. They might even want to cheat on their rebound with you. And so with that said, you must avoid at all costs entertaining that and make it clear that, hey, listen, I don't know what your connection is with this person, but out of respect for myself and them, I do not want to entertain any communication with you. If you and this person don't work out and you wish to communicate with me, then please, by all means, reach out to me. And until then, I'd rather you respect my space. Now, a lot of coaches will tell you that you should talk to them and flirt a little bit and then impose, hey, this is going too far because you have someone, and this will get them to drop the rebound faster. I'm not completely opposed to that option, but I will say that it's all in what you are or are not prepared to handle, because more than 90% of rebound relationships fail because this is just a painkiller or a distraction of the breakup for the dumper. And they do miss you, and they most of the time want you back, but they just don't know how to admit to the world that they made a bad choice by leaving you. And so to break the heart of the new rebound person and have to start over with you seems extremely complicated. So most dumpers will try to have you and a rebound, or you and the new person they're dating. Super common, happens every day. Got to make sure, guys, that if you want to have your self-respect and dignity, that you're not the side person. You want to be the main person in this person's life. Remember that once upon a time, they were in love with you and they were committed to you, and some things change in the relationship that caused them to want to leave. Well, then you need to go back to who that person was, and don't demote yourself, and do not become the side person, because otherwise you'll never gain the love, respect from the person that once upon a time loved and respected you and was committed to you. So you've got to decide how you want to deal with that. I always recommend stay away. But again, some other coaches tell you to take advantage of that opportunity, and I will leave that completely up to you. No judgment here. But I would say, based on my personal experience, that never actually works. It just hurts to know that the person you love is with someone else and they're sharing their time with someone else, and you are just another option. You should be the only option in their life, as it was once upon a time, or nothing at all. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, I would say to you that, these are the things that you want to stay away from or really consider and think about before entertaining. After the ex starts to reach out and after they want to start, actually interacting with you. Everything you do moving forward can make or break the progress of reconciliation. And the most important part about this is how you feel. How do you feel entertaining these options? Is it working for you? Is it offering progress? Is it bringing you one step closer to getting back the person that you love, that once was your person, that committed to you? And if the answer is no, then chances are you should not entertain anything that keeps you further away from actually getting back with your person. If you guys are still struggling with what to do next or anything concerning the breakup, and until I start uploading manifestation videos, please do reach out to me for one-on-one coaching. The description of how to email me is in the description below. So are my rates, ladies and gentlemen. So the rates that you see in the description are the current rates. They will soon be changing. So please make sure that you take advantage of the current rates. And of course, my December month is getting booked pretty quickly, as the holidays are the worst times for a breakup. So with that said, ladies and gentlemen, I really hope that this video and my other videos are helping. Remember that you have the power, and on to the next video.